Welcome to the We Are Wake Tech podcast with your host, Wake Tech President, Dr. Scott Ralls.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the We Are Wake Tech podcast. And today we're doing another spot podcast because we're celebrating another milestone, another event here at Wake Tech. And this is the topping out day for our new Advanced Technology Center at Wake Tech East. And so joining us on the show today, the episode, is Chuck Scott, who's our Vice President of Facilities, fairly new here at Wake Tech.
Yep.
So you're inheriting some pretty big stuff that's going on.
Yes, I am.
And this particular project we're very excited about. Tell us why this day, the topping out day, is so important on a facility like Advanced Technology Center.
Yeah, well today the topping out is really about our contractors and our designers. You know, we do a lot of celebrations here at Wake Tech for our buildings, grand openings and groundbreakings. And we celebrate different aspects of the project when we do those. But today is a special day with our topping out where we turn our attention to the designers and the contractors that make this building possible. It's a day to pause and think of them and remember the work that they've done and how they've captured our vision and our mission and our goals and embodied that in a building like this.
When you were giving remarks just a little while ago, Chuck, you were listing all the different trades and groups involved. Do you mind, from memory now,
Yeah.
kind of roll through some of those again, like, just to let folks know who all we're thanking and the people
Right.
involved that make buildings like this happen?
Well, designers, you know, the design team is made up of architects, both landscape architects and building architects, interior designers. And then we also have planners and engineers of all the different kinds of disciplines: structural, civil, electrical, mechanical. So there's a lot of engineering and architectural professionals that are engaged to put these building designs together from across many disciplines. And then on the contracting side, I mean, oh my goodness, so many, right? We have our construction managers on the management side, and then we have all the different trades: electricians, plumbers, drywallers, steel workers, pipe fitters, welders, fire protection technicians, heavy equipment operators, elevator mechanics, and just steel workers. The list just goes on and on. So many different hands with so many different skills and skilled trades come together to put a building like this together.
Well, as you were kind of listing those, I was sort of checking off in my mind going, Wake Tech, Wake Tech, Wake Tech. These are the things that many students, not all, but many students come to Wake Tech to learn, to further their skills, their education, and then move into these opportunities. So
Yeah.
There's kind of a unique connection when you have a day like today where a topping out ceremony is maybe a little different in a place like Wake Tech.
It is. You know, you're building that, you know, you're talking to the place where these folks that are out here doing the work, many of them got that training and that background, either here or at other community colleges in our system. And so they are forever changed in their careers by the learning that they have and that they get here in these programs at Wake Tech.
We actually mentioned a particular recent alum student, Kimberly Lewis, who last year was the Work-Based Learning Student of the Year for North Carolina, a Wake Tech student. Her story was she was a construction management student breaking into construction management and happened to be on a tour here at Wake Tech East with the construction crew, Monteith, and as part of that got connected and did her work-based learning with Monteith over in a neighboring county, and is now returned graduate working on this campus on this project. So it's kind of a neat, that's a neat story because of who she is, who we are, but then what this project means for this region and how it connects with us.
Yeah. I mean, how often do you get an opportunity in a career where you get to take what you've learned at an organization and turn right back around and invest that into that organization?
Yeah.
You know, like Wake Tech. You know, she is on this very project behind us here at Wake Tech, having gotten her degree here and her training here at Wake Tech. So what an opportunity for her and what a celebration that is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It kind of symbolizes why today's important for us.
Yeah.
You know, and this building's going to be important for us because this will be the most technologically sophisticated 80,000 square feet of building we have. Just the technology that's going in there. The programs will support the areas of advanced manufacturing, biopharma, things like advanced electronics, mechanical engineering, the combination mechatronics, all the automation and robotics that is there, plus a very unique unique for the country biopharma simulated work environment, essentially a little mini biopharma manufacturing facility mock that will be in this facility. That's got to be, you put all that into a building, that's got to be unique from a construction standpoint.
You know, it really is, because, you know, it's not just classroom space, but it's very highly sophisticated infrastructure that it takes to set up these labs for all this sophisticated equipment. Lots of different types of utilities, very heavy infrastructure type of a building. And like you said, I mean, it takes all of that, puts it in a single building where students can get that hands-on, tangible, touchable, skilled experience with that equipment. In a location that's surrounded by the businesses that are going to need the expertise that they have when they leave here. And so it's not just a benefit for the students, but it's a benefit for the companies around the triangle who these students will go work for. And
this building is not just about education, but it's also about economic development, because a lot of the jobs, a lot of the companies, in fact, the last podcast we did was based around the new Amgen apprenticeship, and they're making $1 billion more, just recent expansion in Wake County. And so the new Amgen apprentices are coming through Wake Tech, and these are the types of facilities that will keep us and this region cutting edge for companies that want to grow and create jobs in this region.
Yeah, I mean, that economic development is not just benefiting the individual student, which is very important and part of our mission and vision, but it benefits the entire area. That economic development grows people, families, communities, and even the businesses that we want to invite here and want to make a good place for them to do work and to practice their business.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you're new to Wake Tech,
yes,
but you've jumped in real quickly, and you're, here at Wake Tech with all this going on, it's kind of, I guess in your role, it's like drinking from a fire hose being new. You don't get a whole lot of time to just get your feet warm, because we're doing topping outs, we're designing, we're opening. Tell us a little bit about Chuck Scott and your role to Wake Tech.
Well, my background, I spent some time in the design community. I was speaking to the design team and the contractors out here today, and I was a designer for 11 years, a mechanical engineering designer. So that was a big part of my career. I designed buildings for community colleges, universities, and other higher education facilities, and also in healthcare. And so following my time in the design world, I moved over to healthcare and worked in that industry for about 16 years as a facility manager and construction manager. And so that experience really was a good segue for me to come into Wake Tech at this moment, when right now we're building an advanced technology biomanufacturing facility full of heavy infrastructure, which I'm familiar with and used to in a healthcare environment. And then also we're building a health sciences campus. And so I bring that healthcare experience to that. And so we've got these buildings perfectly kind of matched with my skills and experience. So the timing was really perfect for me. And you're right, we are wide open and we're not slowing down. And so yes, I'm coming in. Thankfully, I'm coming into a team that's being run well, that's been doing a great job for a long time. A lot of people have been working to put us where we are today in our capital program and in the maintenance and operations program that we're doing here. A lot of folks have been invested a lot of time in making that happen, and so I feel very fortunate to kind of walk into a winning team already, a team that's been winning for a long time, and I feel privileged to kind of get to join in on that.
Well, we're lucky to have you, and one group I want to thank too while we're doing the podcast are the residents of Wake County, because something that makes Wake Tech so unique, from our facilities, our workforce education facilities, are the residents of Wake County who have supported Wake Tech so uniquely through the bond funds and help with buildings like this. And then you kind of gave a little tease, which is great for what will come in the future. While this is focused on advanced manufacturing, those kind of advanced technologies, biopharma, other things that will lead to those jobs, the project that's going to be even more exciting, I think, in some ways, is the new healthcare building that the design is just wrapped up. We should have a groundbreaking probably late summer, early fall, and then And once you have groundbreaking, you have topping out, and then after that, you have grand opening. So that facility, that's gonna be unique. Say a little bit about that, because that's such a unique facility in my mind.
It really is. I mean, it's taken our current healthcare education program and taken it to the next level with a lot more hands-on, a lot more interactive, simulated space for students to learn in a simulation environment what they're going to be doing in healthcare. So not just the knowledge and the information, but they're going to be actually applying that in a simulation environment at our new health sciences campus hospital, or the simulation hospital.
These two facilities kind of represent a leadership role that Wake Tech has taken and is moving forward in terms of creating these unique simulated work environments. So in this advanced technology center that I'm pointing to right here, because that's what we just had the topping out, that whole third floor is a simulated biopharma manufacturing facility. The next facility, half of it, 50,000 square feet, is a simulated hospital, which will be one of the most unique in the country. That design has been very unique.
Yes, it has, and it's kind of an interesting blend, because we're building space in a building that is healthcare, a healthcare space in a classroom environment. So it's kind of it's a unique blend of both the healthcare environment and the educational environment, both applied together in a common space, to provide those simulation environments.
Like our public safety simulation building that's on this campus too. So it's kind of, when you see these facilities, but the design of them I know are unique, and the building are unique. So thank you for bringing your talents to Wake Tech and supporting the great Wake Tech facilities operation maintenance team that's here. We're very fortunate to have such a strong group and creating one of a kind, really, workforce education and other facilities at Wake Tech.
Well, thank you. I'm proud to be here and privileged to be here, and looking forward to what lies ahead.
And to all of you, thank you for joining us today on another episode, exciting episode of We Are Wake Tech, as we celebrate the continued growth and development of Wake Tech, both into our economy, expanding out to job opportunities, but providing a gateway to those opportunities for the students of Wake Tech and the people of our region. We Are Wake Tech. Thank you for joining us on today's podcast.
I'm Joshua McKinney with your Wake Tech News Update. Career and technical education took center stage as North Carolina Governor Josh Stein visited the Hendrick Center for Automotive Excellence at the Scott Northern Wake campus. Stein and Lieutenant Governor Rachel Hunt toured the state-of-the-art facility and signed a proclamation designating February as Career and Technical Education Month. With career and technical education in mind, did you know Wake Tech serves nearly 50,000 students in career programs that prepare them for immediate employment in high-demand areas such as advanced manufacturing, biotechnology, healthcare, and transportation. The college also partners with more than 150 local employers to offer apprenticeship opportunities where students gain valuable on-the-job training. Wake Tech is celebrating more growth at its forward-thinking Wake Tech East location. The final steel beam was placed atop the state-of-the-art Advanced Technology Center in January. When completed, the Advanced Technology Center will be a hub for the college's programs and partnerships to support advanced manufacturing. Wake Tech students now have a convenient transportation options for getting to class at Wake Tech East. Raleigh's public bus transit service, Go Raleigh, launched a realigned route that now serves the college and eastern Wake County. Wake Tech students, faculty, and staff enjoy free fare riding on all Go Raleigh and Go Triangle buses. In addition to Wake Tech East, Go Raleigh buses also serve the college's Scott Northern Wake campus, Southern Wake campus, Perry Health Sciences, and Public Safety Education campuses, as well as the Beltline Education Center. And finally, Wake Tech is excited to announce its participation in the North Carolina Community College System's Boost program, a new workforce development initiative that is designed to help students complete their degrees sooner. Wake Tech is one of 15 North Carolina community colleges joining the innovative program that centers on accelerating student progress through college and into high-wage, in-demand careers in the workforce. And that's your Wake Tech News Update.
Hello, I'm Janet Smith. I am the career coach, or one of the career coaches with Career Services. And today I have 5 pro tips for helping you to find your perfect career, the career you love. First tip, know your value. So you want to ask yourself, what matters to me? What's important? Is it flexibility in a job? Is it stability? Could it be helping others? When you find your value and they align with your career, there's a sense of fulfillment. So that's tip 1. Tip number 2, know your strengths. What are you good at? What do others say you're good at? When you focus on your strengths, such as maybe time management or organization, could it be communication? When you find your strengths, this is also a helpful path in finding the career that you will love. Tip number 3, we want you to research, test the waters, maybe through informational interviews or internships or even volunteering. Finding and connecting with people who are doing the work that you like to do helps it so much easier to be able to find the job that you love. Tip number 4, now we're going to focus on our passions. What excites you? What could you talk about for hours without anyone having to pull it out of you? Finding your passions, things that make you excited, things that you light up about. When we find our passions, they're also like the internal compass of making sure that we are in the great fit for our career. And then last but not least, make sure that you're looking for growth and not the perfect fit. There is no perfect job, but there is a good job for you or the perfect job for you. So not so much about the perfect place or setting, because our things that we love change, right? As we get older or as time passes, they may change. But can you see yourself growing in this career? Those are the 5 tips I have for you. I hope that's helpful.
Thank you for listening to the We Are Wake Tech podcast. Join us next month for more insightful conversations about the programs and people of Wake Tech and how the college changes lives every day. Be sure to subscribe to your favorite podcast app to have each episode delivered right to your computer or mobile device. For more, find us at podcast.waketech.edu. To learn more about Wake Tech's exceptional educational opportunities, visit waketech.edu.